you remember about a month or so ago, we had Elise Nearlove from Elkhorn Peak, and Elise was a pioneer in getting us, Cellar Angels, to embrace and support Save the Family Farms. And Rebecca is actually, I don't want to say a partner in crime, but a partner in do-gooding, if you will, because this is the exact type of production that we're trying to save. So when you buy wine from Cellar Angels, and when you buy this 2014 Cabernet Sauvignon, and you select the box that says Save the Family Farms, we give a portion of proceeds to their organization. And they are trying to fight a very, very difficult fight. They're trying to get regulatory items passed so that the family farm is not held to the same standards of case production for tastings and those sorts of things. And Rebecca, just spend 90 seconds to 2 minutes and tell us about this fight, because it's one of the most worthy pursuits we can imagine in wine, to make certain that the playing field gets a little bit more slanted towards level.
Sure. So at its origin is a local ordinance or document here in Napa Valley called the Winery Definition Ordinance. It, by the way, is an amazing document that has done really a lot of good in terms of preserving agriculture as top and best priority for our land, the ag preserve and all of that. Napa Valley has done such a wonderful job recognizing that the lifeblood is agriculture and small family farms. But unfortunately, when the document was written, folks like us, the small producers, we didn't exist, because only people who had infrastructure and wine production facilities were wineries at that time. The regulations only allowed for that. Well, the regulations now allow for us to lease space at a big production facility so that we don't have to pave our streets, take down our oak trees, and all of that for a small production. Unfortunately, the county ordinance also reads that in order to have visitation on your property where your vineyard is, you have to have that production, and you have to meet all of these guidelines as if you were producing 20,000 cases of wine, and which first does not make economic sense for a small producer, but environmentally makes zero sense to require that much disruption to the environment for such a small producer. So we're trying to get the county, who is a very understanding, it's just not an easy task to change those kind of documents and those kind of ordinances, because they do have purpose and meaning. So you have to be really thoughtful about how you go about doing it. But without it, folks like us are starting to disappear, because the viability of the economics of running a vineyard and a farm, and then being able to sell your wine. The distribution market for folks of my size is almost non-existent. We cannot play in that game with the large producers. So almost all of us depend on folks like the folks that are here today listening to this, buying wines directly from us or through partners that help us. And those avenues are small. So we're trying to just kind of open up another stream for us to participate in the commerce discussion that's going on here in Napa.
And I think it's funny, because one of our customers, and most of our customers over the last 10 years since we've been in business helping small production wineries, they're all frequent visitors to wine country. So they recognize that, okay, you can go see the big boys, and you usually do that on your first trip, but it's trips 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, where all of a sudden you're back in the woods behind me, and you're off the beaten path, off Silverado Trail or something like that, and you're sitting in someone's living room and you're thieving wine out of a barrel in the garage. And that's where they realize, okay, 80 some odd % of the wineries in this valley are underneath 10,000 cases. Yet I haven't heard of any of them. So we've got to figure out a way to save them, because they're the fabric of the industry. So when you do buy wine from Cellar Angels, and you can pick Save the Family Farms as one of our charity partners, and we will give money to help Rebecca's cause, because it's near and dear to us, because it's such a special part of what the wine industry is.